Many times a human being is fine and the report is not fine because something is wrong with either the lab or the report has to be not fine. Then immediately we treat it. And whom do you treat? The report. On the day you are made in your mother's womb, when your father's spermatozoa enters your mother's womb, you are one cell, and we call it in Latin zygote. Do you know your weight that day? 0.1201 gram. That little speck of protein called the zygote knew all about this universe posteriori and priori. That's what Swami Vivekananda's intuition told him. It is very highly scientific. And I will show you now because Bruce Lipton, a cell biologist, was an atheist. He was teaching in Wisconsin Medical School. And then when the electron microscope came, he wanted to study the cells live. We all study the cells in the medical school, from the histology in anatomy to medicine and surgery and what have you, by looking at the tombstones. We take the cell, kill it, stain it, and then cut it, and then put it under the microscope. What are you seeing there? Dead cell. The tombstone, as I call it. So we study the tombstone and project that so-called knowledge onto the living cells. We say, oh, this is an abnormal cell. Mitosis plenty, must be cancer. Here is a Nobel laureate biologist who wrote this book in 1960, Introduction to Submolecular Biology. His name is Albert Zend Georgi, who writes, I quote, I don't know what science is, what cancer is. I can't understand because a cancer cell works exactly like a normal cell. All that happens is cancer cell is a aimless, jobless, roving cell. And what it does, I don't know. And I don't know how anybody can kill a cancer cell without concurrently killing the normal cells. From that in 1960 we have come to a level now, because 2-3 months ago I was inaugurated in the cancer conference in Bombay. I don't know why they called me. I said, why did you call me? Because you know my views. They said, exactly, that's the reason why we called you. I thought they called me to hit me because there were about 1,500 cancer specialists, 500 of them from abroad. I told them exactly what I said. You are harming us more. I quoted one of the greatest cancer specialists who was the Regius Professor of Medicine in London, Oxford actually, David Weatherall. David wrote in this book, the book's name is The Science of Medicine and Its Quiet Art. Remember, medicine is an art. What's art? Art is not just painting. Henry David Thoreau defined art as, so art is that which makes another man's day. Supposing you look at a painting, you look at the painting. Ah, what a painting. Ah, you have made that onlooker's day. Supposing you are a musician, like our invocation people. You listen to the music and say, what a beautiful thing. Or you have asked a speaker like Hegde, who very bad does. What a bad thing this is. You know, this is what happens. So Henry David Thoreau rightly said, art is that which makes another man's day. And the art of medicine is that which makes the patient's day. Remember that. Our medicine for the future must be patient-centered and not textbook-centered or technology-centered. Today we doctors have degenerated to a level, many of the doctors in the audience will agree with me, I suppose, if you don't hit me, that we don't treat human beings now, we treat reports. Many times a human being is fine and the report is not fine because something is wrong with either the lab or the report has to be not fine. Then immediately we treat it. And whom do you treat? The report. I call this group of diseases, doctor thinks you have a disease syndrome. You don't have anything.